Hi there, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I pulled us a daily card from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, and the card that came out today is the King. So the message with this card is it's time to step into mature leadership. Stop waiting for permission to become the authority in your own life. Time to become the king in your own life. This isn't necessarily about becoming a boss or controlling other people. It's about becoming someone whose life is guided by wisdom instead of fear. Okay? The king is someone who has learned that true power isn't loud. It isn't forceful. It doesn't need constant validation. Real power is steady. Okay? Are you giving your power away? Are you avoiding any responsibility? Where are you more capable than you've allowed yourself to believe? These are some of the questions that you can ask yourself with regards to this card. The king represents healthy sovereignty. Imagine someone sitting calmly on a throne. They're not running around proving themselves. They don't need everyone to like them. They don't react to every opinion. Instead, they make decisions based on what serves the greater good. So this card is asking you to become that person internally. Okay? Make decisions instead of waiting. One of the king's biggest teachings is indecision is also a decision. So if you've been asking, should I leave? Should I begin? Should I say yes? Should I speak up? The king says eventually wisdom has to become action, not reckless action, grounded action. Trust yourself more than outside opinions. The king doesn't constantly ask, what would everyone else do? He asks, what do I know is right? So for some of you, this card may appear when you've been looking outside yourself for answers that already exist within you. The advice from Spirit is to listen to mentors, listen to your intuition, but don't abandon your own judgment. Build instead of chasing. The king creates kingdoms. He doesn't chase excitement. This means ask yourself, what am I building that will still matter years from now? Okay? Healthier relationships, financial stability, emotional maturity, creative work, spiritual discipline, community. This card favors long-term thinking over quick gratification. Become emotionally stable. The king doesn't mean emotionless. He means emotionally responsible. Okay, notice the difference. Instead of saying, my emotions control me, the king says, my emotions give me information. The king doesn't suppress feelings. He understands them before acting. Many people confuse power with dominance. This card represents power. Okay? Real power looks like consistency, integrity, patience, wisdom, protection, generosity, accountability. Okay? False power looks like control, manipulation, intimidation, ego, needing to win, needing to be right. So this card is asking you, which kind of power are you practicing? Okay? It's also a card of leadership. The king isn't only about leading others, he first leads himself. So the king is asking you, can you keep promises to yourself? Can you create healthy routines? Can you regulate your emotions? Can you finish what you start? Can you stay calm under pressure? The king's throne is built on self-leadership. If some of you are going through change, then this card appears when life is asking you to mature, okay? Not become serious, become grounded. Some of you may be entering a season where people naturally look to you for guidance. You may need stronger boundaries. You may need to stop shrinking yourself. You may need to trust your experience. With regards to your relationship, Spirit is asking you, do your relationships feel safe? Do they have respect? Are both people taking responsibility? Can difficult conversations happen calmly? The king doesn't thrive in drama. He values honesty, loyalty, emotional maturity, consistency, reliability. If someone repeatedly creates chaos, the king asks whether that relationship supports the kind of life you're trying to build. With regards to your career, this is one of the strongest leadership cards. Some of you may be stepping into management or starting a business or asking for greater responsibility. Some of you are making executive decisions. You're trusting your expertise. You're becoming a mentor. It can also point toward mastering your craft rather than constantly seeking the next opportunity. Spiritually, this card is it reminds you that your soul already contains wisdom. Okay? If you've been asking what sign do you need, Spirit is saying with the king, ask yourself or say to yourself, what do I already know? And what keeps me from acting on it? Sometimes the next step isn't receiving more guidance, it's honoring the guidance you've already received. The shadow side of this card is about controlling behavior, perfectionism, arrogance, emotional distance, rigidity, believing you always know best, refusing help, needing authority over others. If that resonates, the card isn't criticizing you, it's inviting balance. It's telling you to lead with confidence, but remain open to learning and connection. Okay? Stand firmly in your own authority. Lead your life with integrity. Make thoughtful decisions. Protect what truly matters. And build something that reflects your deepest values. You don't need to prove your strength. Just live it consistently. Some of you are growing into a version of yourself that is more grounded, decisive, and responsible. This card is, it's less about having power over others and more about cultivating the kind of inner stability that allows you to navigate your life with clarity, generosity, and confidence. So lead yourself with wisdom, trust your inner authority, and choose stability over fear, is the overall final message with this card. Thank you so much for letting me channel this message for you today. I'm sending you lots of love and strength. Take good care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.